Thank you to our final patrons, Drawbones and Aaron.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I come to you today with a continued case, if you will. As you know, there were some allegations made against the My Hero Academia manga last week. And unfortunately, we are still in the midst of those allegations. I still do have the judgment of worthiness right here. The ultimate judgment of worthiness right back there. And on top of that, unfortunately, if the allegations continue, I have the blade of righteous judgment at hand. Once again, it is my greatest hope that I do not have to like that blade. And in fact, if anything, I've heard that I may need to pick up that hammer, if it need be. However, we do not know what we do not know. So before we begin, I'd like to say, please leave your own thoughts on this chapter in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below, where you support for as little as $1 a month to get things like exclusive reactions, early content, and more. Now, enough dilly-dallying. Let's hop right into the discussion. I'm sorry, I couldn't hold it for that much longer. What's up, guys? I'm Monster, and here we are to do a live reaction to chapter 365 of My Hero Academia, which is known as I don't know. I'm not that far into the chapter yet. So let's hop right in so we can find out. Editing me. Ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Headshot. Quirk, fold the body. Such a stupid name. He can flatten and stretch his body at will. Thanks to countless years of diligent training, his body can stretch thin and remain firm to prevent blood loss. His own blood loss? I'm assuming it's his own blood loss. So thin, it looks as if it were a spider web. Golly gee willikers! And that's gonna make up his heart? Spider web? The bubble wash... What? The bubble wash bestowed upon... I hate what... I'm about to light the saber right now. Nah, but wash is disgusting. Why does it... How does he have a wash bubble? Why does he have a wash bubble? Was wash here? Does everyone have a bubble? What is the bubble for? I guess it cleanses bodies. What does it mean? It shall cleanse Bakugo's body. Why do you have a wash bubble? I'm sorry. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there's a piece of... There may have been something I missed in the build up to this. Because why is there a wash bubble? And I get it. You need to clean your... Notably, he says it'll cleanse Bakugo's body. But, like, what if y'all don't have compatible blood types? Headshot. Unless I'm mistaken, bro. Yeah, you are also covered in your own blood. Dog. You're just gonna end up poisoning him. Like, if anything, clean yourself before you hop up in there. So at least maybe you're muscle. But then again, you're dirty. I get... I mean, maybe I get cleaning Bakugo's body so it's like a cleaner procedure, I guess. But if anything, you should throw that bubble on yourself real quick. Like, get yourself a nice, clean wash-up so you don't go in there and infect him with who knows how many diseases as you become the thing that pumps blood throughout his body somehow. Like, don't know how, but somehow. Let's see. I'll dive into it. Oop. Ugh. I'll dive into his body. Becomes as thin as surgical suture. However, stretching his body to that degree, despite just genes sewing it up, his heart is bleeding and interior is badly damaged. His lungs are also wounded. But with this form, I could mend his organs from both inside and outside, and they aid his... Still not exactly sure how... Like, I get it. Headshot, to some degree, has understanding of the body, whatever, ninja way, and he can obviously pierce through organs. But how does that somehow translate to, I will become his heart, I will mend his wounds, I will do all that? Like, I don't know. So I guess he's going to stay conscious because he's currently, like, sewing himself in. I'm not all too sure. I don't know. It seems, once again, this seems a little bit weird, a little bit dumb, a little bit stupid, if you ask me. But, you know, anything to get Bakugo back, because we couldn't just leave him dead, you know? We just couldn't have stakes, right? We couldn't. We had to, we're sacrificing Headshot. Listen, who's Headshot? I said it already. Guys, darn it. I got 2 videos on it. Who's Headshot? Who cares? He's a random. And not a good random. Not a good random like Midoriya, Bakugo, Kirishima, or any of the other randoms. He's just a random. sorry, sorry, the sadness just came over me real quick. But CPR from inside the body. Like, notably, once again, I am not a mangaka, so what you will, right? And typically, right, when you establish a world, you set up like a natural suspension of disbelief. Like, hey, this is reasonable within the confines of the world. And I'm not going to say this isn't the first time that Horikoshi has grabbed me by the throat and said, here's your suspension of disbelief for you, and just ripped it out of my chest and then thrown it halfway across the room. Like, bro's had some nutty things in this series. That's why I agree with a lot of y'all on the poll that was on the Oceans video that was like, yeah, there are a lot of weird chapters in this series. So to be fair, it's not the first time Horikoshi has been like, hey, I don't care about logic or common sense. Let's have fun. And I mean, I guess it's fun. Like the sick, twisted kind of fun. Like, I'm not sure, like the kind of fun that I'm not sure you can tell your parents about. That's what it feels like. Like, how do you sit back and write this? You're going to take a guy that was never established to have any real medical ability and have him weave his entire body throughout the body of a dying, if not dead, 16-year-old, and like, I don't even know. Like, don't you need like a defibrillator or something to get someone's heart pumping again? Or I guess he's gonna be squeezing. I don't know, but is he gonna stay? Whatever. Let's just keep going. CPR from inside the body. Keep fighting. Genus, Mirko. Look at Shigaraki's wounds. Even he can bleed. We'll take everything back. So now you must wake up, please. Due to extreme conditions, his own life began to slowly fade away. So how are you going to pump his blood if you die? Like, unless the heart suddenly gets restarted by you moving through it, he's just got, both of you are just gonna die, which I'd be fine with. Like, I'm once again, I feel bad saying like, you know, Bakugo could just computer. Why do you have to scream like this every single time? But I personally, if you ask me, in my unbiased Bakugo loving opinion, because shock horror, I do actually like Bakugo. I know it seems off because I'm like, please stay dead, please stay dead. Like, I know it seems a little bit strange, seems a little bit non-conventional, but I think, I don't know, it feels weird, right? Because it says, due to extreme license, his own life began to fade away. Please move. I already destroyed that. I mean, I don't know. Like, Shigaraki already had a crusty design. Look at my boy. Oh, why'd they do him like that? Once again, I mean, I guess you gotta multi-layer it, right? For now, let's just destroy it all. I need to destroy. If I don't, this will never stop. I already destroyed that. Oh, Horikoshi, man. Like, as many of the times I've questioned his writing, I could never question bro's art. Like, I've been an artist myself, right? Like, I dabble in the artistry myself, right? But sometimes I just sit back and wonder, like, what makes you think to draw this? Like it happens a lot of times, but especially with Horikoshi, because the man's a demon. When it comes to the pencil and the pen, he's something else. Like, look at this. Look at the dynamic. Look at the dynamism in the pose. Like, I can't think of a reference where you would find that. Like, anywhere. Horikoshi literally just had to think that up and be like, yeah, I'm putting that to page, and just blah. That's impressive. That's crazy. Look at all the fingers in the back. Like, the detail, the posing, everything Horikoshi does art-wise is just top of the line, insane madness in the best way possible. Like, preferably, I like my insane madness to be in the art, not in the storytelling, but, you know, with Horikoshi, you gotta get a little bit of both. But let's keep moving. I can't take him seriously. He's like, I'm coming. Bakugo, give me a hug. And why does he only have one hand super extended? Like, I get it, Horikoshi made a want to draw two hands, but still, bruh, you got two, you are double quirk awakened, or double quirk singularity, whatever. Just go crazy. But okay, Shigaraki's lunged in, and yeah, alright, so this is what I saw. I saw Maruko apparently going off against Shigaraki. So let's see. How Maruko with one leg, no arms, can muster enough force to even like, once again, we got to remember, Shigaraki here is essentially the equivalent to Prime All Might. So is the like button and subscribe button. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of a proper translation. Like button, subscribe button are free. If you hit those, it would greatly help me out. Thank you. But like, Shigaraki is the equivalent to Prime All Might here. If you were to ask me before I saw this, if Maruko with one leg and no arms could stagger Prime All Might with a kick, I think I'd laugh. like unironically, I think you would literally just hear me go, like Roger. I'd straight be like when Buggy asked me where the One Piece was. No. What? I make One Piece references, but I still haven't read the actual manga. Something help me. But still, I don't know. It's like the suspension of disbelief. You established that Prime All Might was such a big, juicy, girthy threat that nothing compared to him. Like nothing at all. No one was on Daddy All Might's level. Like that was the thing. But like the longer and longer this fight goes on against Shigaraki, I'm just wondering, like, is Prime All Might even all that? Like was he really that dude? Like was he really? Because if he's getting staggered by someone with one limb, not two, not three, not four, one limb, I get it. She's a rabbit. She has gains. But like, and this is coming from a guy who loves Maruko. Maruko is my favorite female character in My Hero Academia. Let me not say my favorite character because I'll admit, Endeavor, Shigaraki's still up there. Honestly, All for One kind of cool too. As much as I don't like that he's here, Bakugo. Yeah, she don't make the top 5 of like total characters because Hawks is up there too. He like number 2. So like, but in terms of favorite characters, Maruko's up there. So like the fan in me and the fan of Maruko is like, yeah, Maruko, kick him in the face. But the guy who thinks in me is like, dog, how? Like, I get Shigaraki was distracted. Obviously, he was lunging for Bakugo. But even if anything, you know, in anime when someone's like overwhelmingly stronger than someone else, and like they do a and like they swing, and then it just boop. That's what should have happened here, except her foot should have broken. Like, I don't know. The way Prime All Might was set up and the way Shigaraki's been like just running through the battlefield, body bagging everybody. I feel like this shouldn't be that deep, but you know, I guess it is that deep. Can't knock the hustle. Well, let's see. And you know the funny thing is, right? This is the thing with being in the My Hero Academia fan. I know there are people, and it's a, what do you call it, like a crack ship or something like that? Like, it's people that, it's a thing that no one ever really thought about, but someone once did, and it kind of just exploded. This is a ship. Dust Bunny. I know the name. So, it's weird to see, because I've seen so much fan art of these two, and now they're just brawling to the death. Though, it's funny how Shigaraki's like, do you want to die that badly? Like, and I guess, once again, it feels like Horikoshi's writing backwards, right? Because this is obviously more Shigaraki / Tenko than it is All for One. But, like, I'm sorry, Horikoshi. It's too late. I'm sorry your editor told you that was stupid. It's way too late. Because I just don't buy it. You want to die that badly? Because that sounds like more an All for One line. That doesn't seem like Shigaraki would say. Shigaraki would be like, bam. But, huh? Okay. I'm not gonna say what I want to say. Are those teeth? Bro, he bit her leg. I bet. Once again, I feel like this shouldn't be happening. Like, one leg Maruko should not be strong enough to do any of this, but whatever. My head just spin for a moment there. Dude. I'm sorry. The power. It overtook me. What the? Did my head just spin for a moment there? It's impossible. This body, it can't feel pain. Obviously it can, bro. No, wait. Like, the thing is how? How can it feel pain? Like, how, once again, how is one leg, and I know, like, a comment I do expect is like, pencil. Listen here, you nutcase. Not everything has to make power scaling sense. Just shut up and enjoy the manga. Like, yes, But also, no, like me, I personally, it's not even like my how do I explain it in a way that someone who doesn't care would get? Because I can perfectly see how people wouldn't care. Like, you know how when you're eating a good meal and you like it when it has like a nice consistency to it? Like, say you get a nice piece of cake, right? It's a beautiful slice, perfectly carved out of the cake itself. You take that first bite, it's delicious, it's scrumptious. Take that next bite, it's delicious, it's scrumptious. You bite. When you want that cake all the way through, you want it to taste that good all the way through. You know, maybe we'll get less recurring gains, so you don't have that same amazing feeling as the first bite, but you would rather that cake have at least the same consistency throughout. That's what I want here in terms of just like logic consistency. But imagine as you're biting through that scrumdiddlyumptious cake, and you're like, delicious. You get like right to the back end of the cake, and you take that next scoop, you put it in your mouth, and you just whip, like it's just disgusting. Or like maybe it's like because this isn't necessarily disgusting. I say the disgusting things about them coming back. So say you didn't get to that part of the cake yet. You just got to a part of the cake that like was sour instead of sweet, and then you spit it out because you're like, what the, like it just wasn't what you were expecting, and not in the good way. Like it wasn't like a different sweet kind of taste. It wasn't like you hit a new flavor within the cake itself that actually enhanced the previous flavor. It's something that threw off the previous flavor and made you think lesser of the cake overall. That's what it's like here to me, just because the scaling's a bit off. That's how I see it. I understand if people don't see it that way, though. I just wanted an analogy, and I'm hungry. It'd be like that. However, let's hop right back in. So Shigaraki's feeling pain. But I thought his whole thing was that his evolution was completed. I thought he wasn't supposed to do any of this. He had all the time in the world to prepare. So why is he suddenly feeling pain and stuff like that? I don't know. I mean, once again, I don't get it, Horikoshi. I really don't, right? And this happens often. Let me not even blame it on Horikoshi, because I can think of it with Naruto. I can think of it with Bleach. I can think of it with... I'm not sure about One Piece. I haven't read that yet. I can even think about it with Blue... No, I'm kidding. Blue Lock's perfect. You can't... Nothing's wrong with Blue Lock, ever. Except for, like, under the chin shots. But, like, it is common to... It is common, especially in Shonen. I haven't read that many Seinen, but... in the few seinen I have read, it's not as common, but in shonen especially, when you have a final villain, like a big, bad, girthy final villain, there tends to be like this author mistake to make them so strong that it's actually unfeasible for our heroes to win. And usually, it's so unfeasible that the mangaka themselves can't figure out a way for the heroes to win. Like it gets that bad to the point where they're like, tough noogies, bro. I'm just gonna have to give them a random weakness, randomly depower them, yada yada. Like I'm gonna have to do something else. So like, I feel like we've hit that thing here because Horikoshi made Shigaraki monstrously strong, like too strong for his own good and for the narrative's good. Because how do you beat Shigaraki? He's just that guy. He's just different. He's just that dude. And I get that. I'm down with that. He can be just that dude. It's wonderful. But in that same vein, it's like he's so much that dude that you obviously need to just make him randomly feel pain despite his evolution being complete, and that supposedly being his one weakness pre his evolution. Like, you just have to suddenly give him weaknesses, make him weaker out of nowhere, because yes, that's the only way you can beat him. Because the way you built him up, he couldn't be. Even after you, like, the Stars and Stripes fight was meant to nerf him in a quantifiable manner. Don't know how it did. Like, legitimately, he lost quirks. What those quirks were? I don't know. He's not even using quirks right now because of Monoma and Eraserhead. So we never even know what the quirks those are. So essentially, Shigaraki never got nerfed. So he's still as broken as he was before. And as broken as he was before, he was unbeatable. Shigaraki is unbeatable. So you have to just randomly nerf him. And to that end, right? I get it. You gotta raise the stakes. You gotta get the girth up higher. You gotta build and build and build, right? Because you can't just keep selling the same level of power. I'm going to show the manga. The game's up. But how, like, when in your writing process, I feel like the first thing you gotta do when you write a villain is know how they're going to defeat the villain to make sure that it fits within the criteria of the narrative you established. By the way, the like button is free, and so is the subscribe button, and I greatly appreciate it if you hit both of those. Thank you. And share the video if you enjoyed it so far. Thank you. However, hypothetically, right? Like, I have a story I'd like to write. And you know what? I won't even talk about my story. I'll talk about a similar phenomenon and an entirely different thing. At the end of Heroes of Olympus, I am confident that Rick Riordan had no idea how he wanted to get rid of Guy. None. Like, not a singular clue how he wanted to do it. Mainly because the ending of that series and the ending of Gaia is so drastically underwhelming and so unbelievably dumb that I literally wanted to slam my head through the wall when I read it. That's one of my favorite series of all time. I love the Percy Jackson series. I love the Heroes of Olympus series. It introduced probably some of my favorite characters in the entire Rick Riordan on anthology. I guess it'd be anthology. Like, all of his books. Heroes of Olympus introduced my favorite, but he made the villain so overwhelmingly strong that they had to die to nonsense. And obviously, that's going to be the same case as Shigaraki if he even dies. Because I still am leaning on the fact that the original Overone's body is going to fade away because of Ares Quirk. He's just going to be like, oh, these beans, they're so luscious. He can pose like a JoJo character and die. And be like that. And then the Shigaraki, or the All for One that's in Shigaraki, is going to get defeated magically, blah, 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 nonsense. And they're going to save Tenko. That's what I believe. But I don't know. It comes to the fact, why'd you make him so strong that it's unbelievable and you have to randomly nerf him? Don't do it. I just don't do it. Have a way for him to win. I think Horikoshi just didn't plan. He didn't plan. For a guy who planned out a lot in the series, he just didn't plan this. And I don't know, it's kind of booty. Let's see. And no, it's Mirko. I know it's Mirko, but I'm an old boy. I was there when she dropped. And the translation is translated as Baruko, so I call her Baruko. I'm sorry. If you have an issue, they feel like they want to be like that sometimes. My bad. But what's wrong with you? You care about me dying all of a sudden? How kind of you, Mr. Demon. Jeez. I know multiple people would still do unbelievably disgusting things there. But wow. She's on something else right now. Like, ironically, she's on something else, right? Like, once again, Horikoshi, how do you think to draw this? I will admit, what I do like is that this is gonna sound bad. He's letting the female characters not just stay pretty and like turning them into this. Like, this is good. Admittedly, I wanted Nedry to have bird marks, but all she got was a haircut, and I thought that was underwhelming. No character that happens to be female got like any visible scars or anything like that up until this point. But Ruko missing all her limbs and is running around like a mad woman. So I ain't gonna complain. I'll take it. Does it make sense that she's still alive? No, but we'll take it. That last okay. Oh, is it maybe it's the neurotoxin? I think there was supposed to be neurotoxin in that attack. That last attack. Okay, so he's lunging. Togata comes in, throw her. Okay, so block his vision. Makes sense. You still gotta block the vision. Shigaraki's trying to look around. Maruko comes in. But, like, what is she even gonna hit him with? Does she even have legs anymore? She has knees. People die when it's their time. This attack did sting just a bit. Bakugan. Okay. My accumulating damage? No, they didn't land that many blows. That must be impossible. My rage at that time. You mean to tell me I felt a threat in him and that nobody who? Oh, I'm Bakugan? I guess. In a time like this, the only option is to go all out. Muko, don't give up. I don't want to regret anything when I die. Yeah, so this is essentially just a run back of her fight with the high-end numbers. Luna Rush. All right, Shigaraki here doing the big bleed. Even though I broke them when I still wasn't broken. There was no one there to help me. It's body morph. And even though everyone pretended not to see me, they were the only power threatens heroes. Okay. So the allegations are still open. light it? Is it worth lighting it? Part of me wants to light the saber. I'm not gonna lie, just because of how. Okay. Moment of truth. Yeah, I'm gonna have to light the saber. So I'm sorry. I can't help here. And it's not for the same reasons as the last time. All right, I'm gonna de-light the saber because she's a loud girl. But the thing here is, right, this chapter, at least to me, I know some people are not gonna have the same issues I have with it, and I perfectly understand that. Y'all may think I'm being too critical, whatever. You came here for my live reactions, so here are my live thoughts. The main issues I have with this chapter in particular. One, obviously, our opener. No matter how much Horikoshi tries to nonsense me into believing this mess, like diving into his body, surgical structure, all that. Sorry, suspension belief, way too far gone. Not happening. It's too unbelievable, and he has still not yet provided a reason why Bakugo needs to come back. So I got nothing. Number two, outside of the allegations, because those are the allegations, we're waiting. Maruko being able to do anything to Shigaraki while she is missing 3 of her limbs and then goes on to miss 4. I'm sorry, I just can't buy it. Unless two things has to be false. Either Shigaraki is not Prime All Might level, or that's it. Shigaraki can't be Prime All Might level, and this is happening. I'm sorry, it's too dumb. I can't suspend my disbelief enough for that, Horikoshi. I get it. Maruko's my favorite character. You want to use her to her last. Bada bing, bada boom. Throw her against Shigaraki because Shigaraki is the big bad. Doesn't make sense how he's able to be staggered or harm her at all. It doesn't. It just sounds like, made my big bad too strong. Let's arbitrarily make him weaker for some reason. This bad writing. I can't. I'm not gonna I wish I could sugarcoat it. No, I can't. You legitimately. Once again, I just ask you: do you believe a 3-limb missing Maruko could stagger Prime All Might? Do you believe a 4-limb missing Maruko could stagger Prime All Might? I don't know. You ask me, I say no. But who knows? Maybe y'all got that. Number 3. Once again, Shigaraki's whole journey, if you even remember, into the war arc, if we're going to flash back, remember when Shigaraki, ironically enough, after a confrontation with Maruko, was supposedly just, he was like Bakugo. He was supposedly slumped. Like, that's what happened. He was broken out of the containment too early. His heart didn't restart, none of that. And do you specifically remember, in the dream world, or the quirk singularity nonsense super world, like that place, do you remember what Shigaraki did to his family again when they tried to hold him back, when they tried to drag him to the depths, when it was purely Shigaraki at that point? There was no All For One influence, none. All For One, he had the quirk, but the vestige had not said anything, had not done anything. This was, my right name was a peak. It was, nothing had happened yet. It was all Shigaraki. Meaning, Tenko had to be in there too. If you're going to suddenly establish that Tenko was there this entire time, because he has to be, he can't be a new byproduct of All For One being in him, Tenko was always in there, then this should not be happening right now. He destroyed all connections and remnants to his family, because that is who Shigaraki is. But no, because Horikoshi decided to change agendas at the very last minute, in the final hour of his 365 chapter long manga, suddenly the family needs to matter again to Shigaraki. Never mind All For One's vestige being in there, meat puppeting the body. Never mind the fact that Shigaraki has grown past this point already. Never mind the fact that Tenko is just a random plot device that we randomly decided to bring in because we have to save Shigaraki somehow for some reason, because the narrative is about saving villains when they're past murdering psychopaths. Like, none of it does it for me. That's why I don't like the saber. Not because of the allegations, which are ongoing. I will admit, the allegations are ongoing. Bakugo is not back up yet. Who knows? It still has a 50% possibility of failing, though we 100% know he's going to be back. So overall, let me be positive, right? Because I just went on a 3-span rant why I said it was negative. I wrote lit the red saber. Things I like about the chapter. One, the art. I don't think I think Horikoshi could draw paint drying, and I would be soaked in by every second of it. I swear the man can do no wrong with a piece of paper, a pen, and a pencil. There's nothing the man can do wrong. Art, still top tier, still arguably with Dr. Stone gone. What else is competing? Nothing else. I'd say right now in the week by week of Shonen Jump, I like JJK's art, but I like it for different reasons. I like My Hero Academia's art. My Hero Academia's art is just beautiful. It's just top of the line, beautiful art. And I'm pretty sure the only thing I could hypothetically argue competing with My Hero Academia art-wise is Blue Box. But those are two very different series with two very different focuses, and the art that Horikoshi drops weekly, it's just different. I love Tabata's art too, but it's not Horikoshi. Horikoshi, top of the line, another Dr. Stone is out of the running, week by week. So art, top of the line. Action wise, if I just shut my brain off, right? Beautiful chapter action wise. We get to see great kicks, great moves, combo moves from Ruko and Mirio. It's great. It's great. We love it. Is that it? Is that all I got? Good action, great art, as always. And I mean, I guess I'm somewhat excited to see what these. I'm assuming they're gonna be like sort of nomus, kind of nomus, based off the people from Shigaraga's memory. I guess he could just make those because quirk singularity. Because I guess I don't. Whatever. Quirks are magic. I just come to accept that, right? No matter what the series tried to lie to me about early on, quirks are magic. So I just got to believe this. So let's just say, I guess I'm excited to see, are we on break next week? No, I don't see anything about a break. So I guess this is just the fate that has befallen us. However, those are my thoughts. Please tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that little notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below. You can support for as low as $1 a month to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dabi the Pencil, writing off.